In loops, we have for loop, while loop, do while loop. Okay, remember these things I'm teaching you with respect to C++ for the basic programming fundamentals. I want you to do this task for this number of times. When we used to get the punishment in schools, our teacher used to say, write it 10 times, that's your punishment. And I was like, yeah, like the hell I'm gonna do it. So it's easy in programming. You want me to write it 100 times? Good, I'll teach you how. Okay, ma'am, I'm gonna use for loop to reduce my punishment. I'm gonna say int I is equal to 0. Remember the syntax of this for loop, okay? I is less than 100 and I plus plus. What do you want me to write? Your punishment is to write your name 100 times. Or I won't do it again 100 times or whatever. Okay, ma'am, I'm gonna write my name then. For I want to write this statement for 100 times. Int I, integer I is just a container. Okay, you have a cup of coffee. The coffee is inside the cup. So cup is the container. I is just a container for the value 0. It's called a variable in programming. And you have to use this semicolon. And I is less than 100. Why? If you want to count the first 10 digits of whole numbers, you'll say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why don't you go to the 10? Because you started with 0, right? So 0 to 99 is going to be 100 times. Less than 100 means 100 will not be included. Less than 100 means 99. And remember, less than 100 can be 99.6, 99.7, but we use integer value. Integer is always 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, not 0 0.1, 0 0.2, 0 0.3. The last condition, this I plus plus. Sorry, that's I plus plus. What do you mean? First time this loop will run, and I less than 0. Okay, see out, Sultan. Okay, check the condition. I is less than 100. I is I plus plus. So you keep on incrementing, increasing by 1. I plus plus is equal to I plus 1. Do you understand that? So the first loop is going to be I is equal to 0. Okay, I is less than 0. It's true, condition is true. We're going to run this statement. Then we're going to back. I is less than 0. I plus plus. Okay, plus 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 1. Now the value of I is 1. True. Condition is true. Run this statement. Okay, now check. It's still I plus plus. So it's going to keep on incrementing by 1 till you reach 100. When the value of I becomes 100, 100 is not less than 100. 100 is equal to 100. Condition is false. The loop will break itself. So this is the for loop. You can easily write on console your name or anything, any statement. Okay, the new thing that I introduced is end L. What does end L mean? End means end. Okay, finish. L means line. So if you want your statement to be executed or start from the new line, then you write end L. Simple. What if I don't write it? The console will show you this. Like everything will be congested and everything will be, there will be no space. But if you write end L, it's gonna be like, no, not in the same line. You write it in the new line. That's how end L works. Okay. So I hope this is clear to you. Next, we're gonna start with while loops. If we're gonna say while, this is the syntax, basic syntax of while loop. That's the syntax of while. यूजली हम क्या करते हैं, यहाँ पे हम लिखते हैं कि ट्रू है, फॉल्स है, या कोई भी कंडीशन यहाँ पे लिखते हैं, अंदर फिर वही स्टेटमेंट रन करते हैं, सी आउट एनीथिंग, और फिर वो चलता रहता है जब तक कि आप उसको बंद नहीं करते. दिस इज़ द सिंटैक्स ऑफ व्हाइल लूप. Here, when in for loop, you use the condition after the declaration of a variable. In while loop, you won't declare it inside this bracket. Okay, you will declare the variable here, I is equal to 0. Let's say we use the same condition, I is less than 100, and you want to see out high. Okay, this is the basic syntax, but where is the condition? Where is the condition? There is the condition of the while loop, but you're not changing it. If you run this, it's gonna be the same always. It's gonna keep on running, keep on running, keep on running. Compiler will never tell you that there is an error in this, there is a problem with this loop. Why? Because compiler says, oh, while I is less than 100, I have to run this. You want the loop to stop, but you have not implemented anything like I plus plus, I is less than 0. You're not changing the state of your variable. The variable is still 0. So you use I plus plus usually at the end of everything that you have written inside of this code block. That's how thing works. While I is less than 100, so first time it's gonna run, I is less than 100, see out hi. I plus plus, I is equal to 1. I plus plus imposes I is equal to 1. Okay. So now what? 1 is less than 100. Condition is still true. While loop is gonna run. See out hi. So it's gonna say hi 100 times, 0 to 99. Then you say, oh my god, I has become 100. Now you check, I is not less than 100, it's equal to 100. Loop will break automatically. And further, whatever your code is, it's gonna execute. Keep on. The next thing is, if you have any questions, you can comment down on the timestamp or tell me about the topic. Now, the last thing of conditionals is the while state, the do while loop. Do while loop. What happens in do while loop is that you say do something, do see out hi. What? Is that it? No. Where is the condition? While is written at the end of this code block, and here is your condition. Keep in mind, only in while loop and in do while loop, you don't declare your variable to be used as a condition inside of the code block. Okay, you can do it in for loop, but you cannot do it in this. So do see out high while it's I is less than 100, let's say. Okay, so but there is one problem with this loop. It's not commonly used. Why? Because this loop is gonna do something even before checking the condition. You know what's gonna happen? I is equal to 0. It doesn't even care that I is equal to 0. It's just gonna say do see out hi, hello. Then it's gonna check while I is less than 100. Oh, let's suppose, and then you have written I plus plus even inside of this code. So what's gonna happen next? It's gonna do I plus plus. It's gonna keep doing on I plus plus, incrementing the I value It's gonna reach I is equal to 100. Now I is 100. The code should not run because the condition is I should be less than 100. But the loop doesn't give a damn about your condition because it's gonna say I'm gonna do it first and then look for the condition. Your value of I has already approached 100, but it doesn't care. It's gonna say, let me do it first, then I'll see what happens. Bro, you wrote 101 times. You have written it 101 times. The condition was I is less than 100. Oh, I is equal to 100. I should be less than 100. But I have done it 101 times. Now I'm gonna stop. That's why do while loop is not often used in programming. Most preferably, we use for loops and while loops. Okay, I hope you liked this lecture. If you have any problems regarding both the if conditions and loops, you can comment down below. You can reach out to me on Instagram and I'll be there to help. Till next time, keep learning.